Hey everybody, and welcome again to this is the third of 4 Let's Plays that we are doing to explain not just the story, but the legend of Dishonored. And I am really fortunate to have School Monkey, one of my best buddies here, with us doing the Low Chaos Emily run. And we're really lucky to have her. I've been a big fan of her work for years, but I'll let her talk about what she's intending to do.
Hi. Thanks for the super nice, generous intro. Okay, so I'm Low Chaos Emily. That means I actually get to kill people sometimes, just not as enthusiastically as we've seen in previous videos. Though I do mostly try not to, because as an empress, I feel like it's just not really nice to get your hands all bloody, and dirty. You have to mostly try not to kill the people who pay your taxes and keep food on your table.
What I'm hearing is that it's your second day, not your first.
Yeah.
Honestly. There's also one other quirk to your run, if I remember correctly. You're not playing on PC.
No, I'm playing on a console, because if I'm going to play video games, I'd like to just sit on my comfy sofa and look at my big TV and do it. So I'm playing on easy mode, because I'm on a console. Yeah!
Oh god, I can hear the comments section already.
Do I get to introduce Robokai and Iron Rose? Because they're here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least I'm one half of that.
I'm the better half.
Ouch.
Damn.
Oh, I can't argue with that either.
But yeah, everybody is still here,
Okay.
and everybody is still ready to do this. So let's get going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary?
Still dead.
Still dead.
I refuse to make the joke I made at the aborted first attempt at this video. just so everybody knows. Take 2.
Meh.
In the aftermath, the men who sent
The best part is that we just get to watch her get murdered over and over again.
they would have succeeded.
It's the worst kind of Groundhog Day.
It's the Groundhog Day where you can't do anything different.
All these years later, am I the
Feel bad for those guards too. It's just like, oh, get murdered again.
now?
I still can't tell if that first guy is about to get murdered or not, because, like, he's getting choked out, but it looks like he's spitting up blood.
I mean, it's Dishonored. He's probably gonna die sooner rather than later anyways.
If not from Corvo's hand, from any of the other ridiculous things that happen.
Rats falling through geometry.
It's kind of impressive penmanship with all that blood if you think about it.
It might not have been blood coming from that guy's mouth.
Crown Killer is nothing if not an artiste.
Yeah, blood isn't something it's easy to paint, to write with, I found. Especially someone else's.
boy.
Especially when they're bleeding everywhere, spurting wildly.
I imagine of all of us, you would have the most experience with that.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Has it ever been a great idea to refer to people as subjects?
You gotta remind them who's in charge, or else they might do something like have a coup.
Damn. That's a fair point.
You gotta remind him who's in charge. I mean, if you call them citizens, it makes them sound like they have rights.
Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations...
You guys were right. That guy's definitely been there the whole time. I just look around too much.
Yeah, no,
He's really mad about the Empress's death as well. He's absolutely incensed.
Sometimes you do.
Stop it.
damn it, Robokai.
The joke stinks.
The ceremony will be over soon.
Damn it, school.
I should have
Got him.
passed the law against
2,000 years ago.
I mean, you did nail that.
Emily's like, I should also pass a law against really bad incense pun jokes.
Yeah, she can think that. We'll see how long she has to put that into effect. Oh wait.
Visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsey says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos.
Mechanical soldiers?
The Clockwork Soldiers still look like the
What
most
is this, Ramsey?
ostentatious
I didn't
threat I've ever
authorize
seen in
those
my
things.
life.
And yet, I still wouldn't want to sit next to one.
It's the bird skull heads that confuse me the most.
Personally, it's the whole four swords dealio. I got enough of that in Star Wars Episode 3, and it hasn't gotten better since then.
Ooh, vicious.
The rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all. Family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin, your rightful empress, Delilah Caldwin.
I don't really know why everybody else is just going along with it here. It's not like she has any proof that she's who she says she is.
Hello.
They're
That's
probably,
mostly why she
She
starts
has the
killing
really
everybody
creepy
off.
voice.
I mean, they're probably pretty terrified.
Jacob Caldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death,
I honestly find it surprising that nobody ever comments on the creepy undertone in Delilah's voice. Makes it sound like she's speaking 3 times at once.
She's speaking from multiple places around the room.
She sounds like a,
At least she casts a shadow.
blackened by bad memories. I'm here to relieve you of your crown.
what's this? She sounds like a Turian.
Promise, whispered in secret so many years
She's got a
ago, is now
flange effect on her voice.
Ooh, that's a good connection that I never made before.
royal protector.
He has spent a very long time calibrating this coup.
It's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful
Oh
voice
man.
is returned.
Okay. All right. I'm done. I can't keep pace with your reference game today.
Okay, bye.
I'm just gonna relegate myself to dick jokes from here on in.
Like you ever stopped making dick jokes?
I never said I stopped. I just said that sometimes I tried something else.
I have to say, it is nice seeing the, like, outsider effect from third person. Is that, like, the only time you actually get to see it?
With some of the weird crap that Corvo does.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Because in the first game, you were Corvo. You didn't get to look at yourself, like, bending time, running around. Like, this is what he looks like
Yeah,
to
it was
normal
just everyone
people.
was there, and then
Actually,
after a second, everyone was
Yeah.
dead.
Oh, 3 heads are gone.
Yeah, and now at long last, we are seeing some Emily play.
Emily.
Damn it.
Just kicked you.
Sweet girl, over time you'll come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see
She's got a
her
sick
from what you
hairdo.
lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, and I'll bring her to Cauldron Prison until her trial.
What trial?
You know, there has to be these things.
Wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
That sounds boring.
He said that, and the only thing I could think of was the Breakfast Club.
Lady Emily, what happened?
I'll be all Captain Mayhew.
No!
That's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half?
A cool
Awesome one. Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, don't throw it away. That's the best weapon you've ever carried, dude.
It's made by Piero.
Who canonically is dead as hell by the time that this starts up. By the way.
There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
I mean, technically, she does already own a couple of islands.
The Empress of the Isles and so forth. But yeah, Piero died of a brain tumor, which is probably
Yeah.
from the outsiders screwing around in his
Yeah.
head too much.
He's just poking around in there like a box of Legos.
He's just like, okay, hey man, I need you to make this horrific flesh abomination of a heart. Okay, that totally won't give you brain cancer.
No. So I do the same thing. I poke around and I listen to people.
Is that guy's name Dial? What kind of a name is Dial? I've never heard that one before.
That's an awesome name. It goes to 11.
What?
I swear to God. Oh man. Okay. All right.
Should I just
like
pick a place to
I didn't realize that we were going to have somebody giving Robokai a run for his pun
money
game when I invited you on here, but I'm actually very glad that this is happening.
Robokai pun bucks.
Swear to God.
We're just throwing them out on the table.
Need some apples. I got some owies. Got some munch on some fruit. Feel better.
Dude, I want an apple.
Everyone was really just spending a lot of time punching and kicking poor Emily in the head.
It was complicated back then.
I mean, when was the last time you got to kick royalty?
Last week. I'm banned from a very small island kingdom now.
Is this north or south of the Philippines?
I won't say. The nearby ones might realize I'm coming for them next.
I'd say that's a pretty legitimate threat, honestly. ISS Jessamine. Yeah, okay.
ISS stands for?
Yeah, I don't actually pause on anything long enough to read it.
Imperial something.
USS stands for in like the United States stuff is United States ship. So I presume it means Imperial States ship or something of that
nature. So you're supposed to escape out the window.
Damn it!
Okay.
Well, that does answer a very important question. Can you jump from the window down below? And the answer is it's a bit too far.
I actually did ask if anybody tried that. I completely forgot that you told me yes. I had totally forgotten that you had said yes. I tried that. Possibly because I didn't believe you.
There were trees down there, and these guys have got powers. And she just ate some fruit. She should be in pretty good shape.
There's a coup underway. My father he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexi, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Like, I literally just watched Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl just yesterday again, and all I can tell you is that apples are fucking magical.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie, so I'll have to trust you.
Wait, you haven't seen the original Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, it's the original one, and one of the minor plot points is that the cursed crew can't eat anything, and the captain of the crew, Barbossa, just loves apples. It's his favorite food. And he can't eat apples, and that just pisses him off so bad. Yeah.
Crying over his apples.
Yeah, I mean, it's he rages over those apples.
Getting a little violent thoughts there.
I do want to go get an apple.
They really front-loaded the.
God damn it! Just talking about this has made
click
me
on
hungry.
things and get comments on it.
I can't tally. This plays barbed wire.
We'll lull the guards to sleep, and then slit their throats.
I do mostly try not to kill people.
All right.
Sometimes it happens, but mostly
Trying
no.
Really hard.
Well, you don't have to try to kill a sleeping guard. It comes very easily, and they just pass away without making a sound. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it again.
I mean,
I'm doing that thing that'll get me indicted one day.
I have frequently thought that a lot of our Let's Play videos are going to come back to haunt me when, inevitably, elves are made real.
I forgot I tried to take it back.
And all of the fuck elf stuff that we've said on this channel will just be used to indict me as, like, you know, a hate monger or something like that.
I think it makes you one of the last defenders of traditional human values.
Yeah, we'll see if I ever get caught up in something like that. I am interested that Corvo's voice comes over that one instead of Emily's right there.
Yeah, lots of nice little details in differences in the voices. The dialogue that comes from Emily and from Corvo do match up pretty well to one another. Like, they both said imprisoned for lack of a better word. I kind of like that.
Is it kind of weird, though, that she's, like, listening to a recording of her dad in the bathroom?
I think you're reading into it.
It's the same weirdness. We can't. Are you gonna please tell me you're gonna? Yes.
There we go. The first successful concussion of the Let's Play.
There will be more.
The first of few.
Hey, you even ran the bath for him. Oh, well, good enough.
He doesn't like baths.
That dude is gonna wake up with such a crick in his back.
Yeah, so there's some of the good old Dishonored 2 guards going, wait a minute, there's supposed to be someone here, what's going on? That's one of those things I really like.
Ew.
Bath time. Bath time,
Yeah,
buddies.
someone's going into the bath and someone else is scrubbing them.
It's like when you have a little picture in your photo album of like you and a little baby cousin. You're both babies.
Wow, that other dude was.
Yes.
Money. I do have to.
All right, you know what? I actually am super hungry for an apple. I'll be right back.
He does this.
How?
The least professional of Let's Play is right here.
I'm so. I need
walks off to eat every time.
He's
God,
taking the time
you're
away.
You're always going to abandon me for apples.
He's gonna come back and he's gonna like have this joke in his pocket, waiting. He's gonna wait to pull it out, and he's thought of it when he's getting an apple. Also,
whose door is that?
The Apple Man is here.
The Apple Man is here.
Apples.
Gotcha. Hey, heard you're in the market for some fresh apples.
Apple delivery for cool guy.
I am back and I have acquired apple.
Did you tip your Apple Man?
Wait, what?
There's a doorbell ringing in the background. We assumed it was the Apple Man coming to bring the apples.
No, it's my sister coming over. I offered her an apple, but she wasn't hungry.
Wow.
I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood.
I have to apologize a little bit because I wasn't sure exactly what direction I wanted to take in like playing as far as it would feed towards editing. So I am a little bit directionless in this video. So you'll kind of be like, I'll be collecting stuff and then I'll stop and listen to people.
That's okay.
But I think in this one he does say
it's nice to take in.
It's a more authentic way of playing School. So if nothing else, it'll be relatable.
It's not even. It's not even just that. Like the entire reason why I wanted, many different people showing off all of the different things going on here, was because everybody plays this game differently. That's part of its design and part of its beauty.
Well, I figured if anyone should show like other people doing their own things, like other characters doing their own things and having conversations with themselves, like Low Chaos Emily would make a lot of sense. So I kind of went with that sometimes, but.
How does this lock work? Clever.
How does this lock work? Oh, I put a key in it. That's super clever.
There's a reason why he's on the A-Guard, Captain.
It's because when he announces the Empress, he says, Princess Emily.
I always like those candelabras. You just blow once and you'd wipe out 20 of them.
So he just basically talks shit about you in here all by himself for a really long time.
Oh, sorry, Her Imperial Majesty had not ignored me at the Butler's change of command ceremony. If she'd bothered to keep her appointments, I might have finally restored the family to its proper station. My idiot father notwithstanding.
And his idiot father.
There he is, ranting and raving about how everybody else's problems, are his problems, or his problems are a result of everybody else.
I mean, as much as he wanted to get all that money and stuff, he's just standing there. moping, having a little pity party.
He's like, well, I've made 90% of the plan work. Now all I have to do is just stand here and whinge to the sky.
Yep.
3 years turning each man to our cause, one by
It reminds me of one of the little bits of advice that Megatron gave Starscream in Transformers Prime. Stop thinking out loud.
Don't.
Well, alright then.
Were you just waiting for him to come in here to chill out on the bed or something?
Well, part of his path, he'll come in here sometimes, but he didn't in this case. So.
my name.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump on his head, but it wasn't to be.
I just wanted to jump on his head. The simple pleasures of a simple girl.
No
I want
wonder
to push
he
him to the
hates
ground
Emily.
and punch him in the face really hard.
So here we're seeing the amazing easy mode sneak forgiveness.
Man, that guy would have been in my face about 8 times over on very hard.
Well, I would have like stabbed him very, very quickly multiple times already by this point out of impatience, so that's fine.
This won't leave my hand again.
It's really weird to me that both of them put it on their middle
Subtly.
finger.
It makes it well. In all honesty,
It's kind of like we're almost married, except we're not.
is it the arm that both of them used to punch as well? Because that could be a bit like the Phantom, you know, like everyone gets punched and they've got like the
yeah.
Imperial signet symbol on their jaw, and everyone knows they're marked as that dude that got jumped by Corvo or Emily.
Yeah.
At least with I'm pretty sure this is the case with Emily as well. But Corvo punches with his right hand and he wears the signet ring on his left.
Ah, bummer. That is like such a wasted opportunity. You can wake up and have some tea.
I
Refreshing.
better take these.
Still trying to be so nice to this guy.
Making up for lost
After he's like
time.
booted you in the head, murdered Mayhew.
He could be
Crown
better
Killer
with
must
just
be
I don't know
connected
some
to all this,
therapy or
with the Duke and
Some
Brian.
therapy. You go into the therapist's office and you're just like, it's a bit like that one assassin thing was just like, try not killing people. Just maybe try that.
Just wait. I'm not
That'd be-
actually that kind to him. You just need to wait.
Okay.
I mean, you're leaving him alive. That's pretty kind in my book.
Yeah.
You could probably pin Delilah under all that gold, you know, if you think about it. Just like prop it up over a door frame, and then when she just walks
Ooh.
through doing whatever stupid conversations no one listens to,
Yeah.
just drop it on her and she gets stuck under it.
Kill her?
Honestly, that's a little bit like what they did to one of the pirates in Curse of the Black Pearl, now that you mention it, since I was talking about that earlier. That's how that ghost pirate crew fucked themselves over,
exactly,
actually.
Yeah.
They dropped gold on their head like a Bugs
Like,
Bunny
strapped the
commercial.
cannon to one of the pirates and sent him down to the bottom of the sea. And it turned out they needed his blood to lift the curse. Oops.
Dinners and lessons about boring old history. Maybe the precious hours we spent together.
Old Samuel made this. I'm glad he didn't live to see me driven out of Dunwall Tower.
Yeah, he's also dead, and
Like of old
I think
age.
That's just I think that was just straight out old age. He was not young even in
know,
Dishonored
I mean-
1.
Yeah, he was already pining for the fjords
In
at
my
that point.
playthrough, he died of natural causes. I mean, a bullet in the head quite naturally ends one's life.
At least in Dunwall, that has long since been considered natural causes.
I was about to
Yeah, I
say,
mean-
like, I guess the canon ending is that you're on good terms with those guys, but I wonder if that would have been different if, you know, you killed Samuel or...
Oh god.
That wasn't Samuel's thing. Damn!
No, he's more
Oh, I see.
unconscious.
This is the Australian run. You're just glassing left, right, and center.
Blast him.
Blast him.
That was pretty great, actually.
I wanted to see
You were
if
trying to put it in his hand, weren't you? You were trying to put it in his hand. Now that I see like how it's held
I
out.
was curious if the physics would like react to it, and they did. So
Honestly, you just answered a different question for me.
Okay, now we're getting into the
no.
weird territory.
Come on!
I feel like he should.
It's still, he knew what was going to happen the minute you walked out there. I'm like, what's going on?
Alexei
Ew.
is cursing your name.
He needs
from
to.
Fine, this is gonna be the.
With his crimes.
Anton Sokolov made this lock.
He's just gonna wake up, look over, and go, "Damn, what did I drink?"
Like I'm like pretty sure you're going to help with
This
this.
is all set straight.
Poor
Am I?
Lexi.
Am I going to help for that? Or am I going to help for that?
Fuck!
What?
Editing.
I see we had a jump cut nobody noticed. Wow! I love how quickly you just passed by that. Yeah, alright.
I should make my way.
That was... Oh my god.
Still reeling!
This is how I do.
That is beautiful.
I have no idea where you laid that cut!
Where did you find that many bodies?
Oh, that is...
Jesus Christ! Bravo, school!
I'm going to be laughing about that for the rest of the day, and people are going to wonder why I'm laughing. And I can't tell them, because of a room full of dead bodies!
And I couldn't show it in the video because it would have ruined the joke, but I didn't even alert those other two guys. They were fine.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, only the dead guys ended up in the room, and the two upstairs were unconscious, but the two downstairs are still walking around. Not even noticing all the bodies are gone, probably.
Like, the captain's taken a while.
Ooh.
Also, all the bodies have evaporated. Whatever, it's Dunwall.
Honestly, I can totally see the guards just being like, all these bodies disappeared. You know what's up with that? It's like, we were gonna have to do that anyway. Somebody just did our work
How many
for
were there?
us.
0?
What would my old guy
Sure, why not?
Someone let the rats out.
Tell me to sit up straight and to marry Wyman. She'd
Fuck
ask
off,
me
Wyman.
when the War of the Four Crowns ended. 1625.
But why, man?
He seems like a nice enough kid, though. From like the one dialogue I've seen them exchange.
Gotta get out of Dunwall.
I've seen 0 exchanges I cannot judge.
There's like a letter he leaves in that's in there, and he talks about getting some manner of drink or something, and there's like, oh, by the way, Corvo, if you're reading this, I'm 100% joking.
You say he, but actually you don't know.
Very
he
true.
Or she.
Yeah, no, that was a thing.
Fair point.
Where like Wyman's
Gender.
frickin' what is it called? Gender was like specifically left indeterminate.
Oh, okay.
Damn, girl!
Traitorous
Like,
dog.
again,
What? That's
that
what
dude.
Concussion.
He's
is
fine.
dead. You
No, he's unconscious.
Yeah, no, that dude is dead as shit.
He's unconscious. It's fine. Look,
It is.
I even put him on a rock so rats don't get him, which doesn't actually seem to happen very often in this game.
This is shenanigans cam right here.
Oh, that's mouse mode. But that's when I'm like, I need to make this go faster, so I just made it faster.
Missing. Corporal Moore checked.
I've done that before. It's cool. I've done that a lot, actually. Oh, are you trying to catch the bus? Oh, no, wait, no, you're actually going somewhere I've never been before.
Things are happening.
Are you...
No, I was
Oh,
just
okay.
seeing what was going on.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to shoot that thing
No,
down.
I thought about it, but I'm
Which would have
trying not
been
to kill people.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Did they just beat up the
Yes.
voice guy
Yes.
from the last game and just
Yes.
Yeah.
and now he's gone?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I've never heard that like the entire time I've been playing this game.
Yeah, you gotta rush.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta
no,
rush through the first part.
it happens in my playthrough. It's difficult to hear because I'm fucking around at the time.
Speaking of fucking around.
Oh no.
Are you...
Oh, here we go.
This is...
Blop.
Jesus Christ in heaven!
Nothing can hurt him in there.
You are a cruel soul, my
Your,
friend.
your sadism is fantastic.
I think
And
I think I know
never
one
came.
person who's gonna be really happy watching these videos, and it's going to be Orv, because the science tradition is being kept very much alive
Oh, okay.
in this run.
Yes, it is.
This is Science Emily.
Science Emily. I love it. There's one thing that Corvo did past that. Okay.
This guy's gonna have a lot of questions when he wakes up.
Yeah. Like basically everybody is. If they get accosted by Emily, they wake up with every question on the planet.
I wonder if this is like what it was like dealing with Emily on a day-to-day basis, like in court. Like someone goes to see her and she's like, okay, everybody leave, and when they come back in, like they're like stuffed on top of a banister or something unconscious, and she's like, okay, next person, and they're like, but what about next person?
And she's just like, nobody look up, nobody look up.
And nobody looks up?
Just pretend it's not there.
Hey, it's time for science, Craig.
Yay! It's crate time.
Oh god, you're going to try to pack as many people as you can into that crate, aren't you?
Science crate, science crate. It's
God
time
bless
to play
you.
in the science crate.
I try to keep it too reasonable.
Define reasonable. Because we saw
Yeah,
that
I think you and I are going to have
I managed 3 personally, so let's see how ludicrous we get.
I don't think I stuffed as many in as I could fit. I think I also probably did 3.
After a while, you were just like, "Oh, that's
well,
good
I
enough."
had plans. I didn't want to run out of guards.
This is a science montage.
You said plans and like the
oh no
oh my god.
4.
I've never been more captivated to just see where the horrible places something goes.
There's not that many places to hide.
It's like the human centipede.
Okay, so I think we go back to mouse mode here for a little bit because
Scurry around, have a bit of a search.
and then
Oh man.
find someplace to put him.
Oh no!
No!
He's fine.
You stay
have
up
no
there,
idea
you
how
wily
much-
rascal.
Dude, you have no idea how much my arteries hardened seeing that, because I was like, that guy is totally going to die, and there goes clean hands. Oh wait, she doesn't
No.
care about clean hands.
I try not to deliberately kill
everything.
anybody.
And yet...
Yeah, but you also don't fret too much about
Well,
accidents.
it was an accident.
That totally,
Oh no. Oh god.
I want everyone to keep in mind that all of these were pre-recorded ages ago, so nobody knew what the other people were doing. So Fishhead Adventures. Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about this part.
God, I'm dying. You're killing me.
That was also a common problem when dealing. Oh man. Nope. Done.
Dude, it's like
Nope.
peace.
He's just watched one person get defeated by a fish and the other person just get violently murdered. He does not like his odds.
I don't think I knew that they would run away.
It's like, is he coming back?
Run away?
Okay.
Which you?
Like, Emily's just got this smile on her face and her head slowly tilts as the guy runs away, and she's like, you're not coming back?
She's just
Hello?
got a handful of fish head.
Friend?
Oh man, you're. Oh my god! Like, see, like again, to emphasize what Robokai was saying, I gave everybody very low guidelines on what to do with their crap, and otherwise like forbade all contact. I had no idea that you were going to do
Look,
this.
you can't not try and put bodies in the crate or throw fish heads at
It's a
people.
natural thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then
I completely agree.
okay, you can, however, miss the
I
train.
didn't want to catch the train. I wanted to spy.
Supposed to do now.
Oh, okay.
It was intentional.
Citizen, I'd advise you to return to your home.
That's your story, and you're
Totally.
sticking to it.
Look over there. That's Emily Caldwin.
So I'm really bad at the fighting part. I also just like to play with them.
Oh, she has this cool throat
Yeah.
jab instead of Corvo space punch,
but
doesn't
she doesn't get to like kick anybody in the nuts. So.
That's what I like.
I was gonna say, there's still a dude behind you.
And I was choking that guy out, so I thought he ran away too.
Okay,
beautiful.
I'll call that fair.
For old
There we
time's
go.
sakes, we'll dumpster.
Oh
somebody.
man.
Experiment number
Really
3.
is.
How many people can you fit in a
No.
dumpster?
Flashes me back to the dumpster experiment Orv did in Dishonored 1. You really are science, Emily.
If you don't
How many
know,
people did he fit?
I bet my last corn is gonna be Brian Hagfish again.
It was a lie. He had to turn off the corpse limiter. I put you that way.
Yeah, they start disappearing, don't they? If there's too many in one place.
Yeah, you can turn off the corpse limiter with an any hack, and I mean, usually it doesn't matter unless you're doing some sort of like horrible chthonic experiment. But that was the nature of science, Corvo.
Dear. So what are we?
There was a guard there.
No, there's a. Yeah, there's a dude there. He's gone now.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's the newspaper conversation. Oh no, he's different.
No. That was a cat who was walking in the front door.
It's just odd, considering there was fighting going on, that he didn't join it.
Doesn't happen in front of him.
Yeah, I imagine his hearing isn't quite as good as it is on my playthrough.
Well, that's a good point too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep reminding myself of that.
This coming from the guy who plays on normal and therefore has people with super bad hearing on his playthrough as well.
They have super normal hearing. Excuse me. They have all the audio sensory powers of an average guy with no ears.
I mean, he's probably
with no ears. Yeah.
He's probably having.
They've all been eaten off by rats in Dunwall. Come on.
It's a fair point. My playthrough is the only one where people can hear anything.
The scoop on the crown killer.
Half of which couldn't be verified. I must have been rat-ass out of my mind to use that name. There's no proof that the murderer has any connection to the crown.
Well, it made a good story. Served a purpose.
Whatever's going on, this coup, it won't last. The people of Bristol are loyal to the Empress, and I'm gonna publish an essay every day for a month.
I really hate the gun, by the way. You'll never see me use the gun. Just because I hate the reticule. But you're stuck with it in the first mission.
I did not know that Emily's pistol was so different from Corvo's as well.
Yeah, it's a very pretty pistol. I'm a pretty big fan.
Huh?
I mean, I overall I definitely prefer.
Oh no, you're not running away this time, buddy. Oh no, apparently he is. All right, see ya.
He called for help and I helped him.
Freaking running down the stairs.
It's amazing.
Alley.
You guys just knocked the guy unconscious, and this guy hauls ass as far away as possible. I woke up and violently stab a dude in the skull, and he just walks into his office and has a casual conversation.
Well, first of all, the guard was trying to kill him. He says, "Help! Somebody help me!" I run in and help him. He goes, "What's going on? Guards, help!"
Captain Ramsey of the City Watch.
You weren't the only one fooled.
There's three things wrong with that.
Ordered those killings.
I know that. It was
Look how huge his hand is.
Everybody's hands in Dunwall are just absolutely ginormous.
You're forgiven.
I have absolutely no idea if that has something to do with
the time is right.
how bad their food is or something. Just everything except their hands are stunted.
I won't ask you what your plans are, but for the sake of Dunwall and for the Empire itself.
They're all swollen from whiskey and cigars.
Honestly, the scale between Captain Ramsey and Captain Mayhew was really jarring, and I was going to talk about it, except there was a giant pile of bodies in the middle of the room, and I forgot what I was doing.
That sort of took precedence, didn't it?
Oh, that's fine.
Some kind of trouble in this part of town? Honestly,
yes.
How many dead bodies?
She's dressed so nicely, and she's complaining about this part of town, and she's just hanging around on the
There's
stairs.
just bodies everywhere. Some kind of trouble.
Honestly, I'm slightly disappointed she didn't get a throat jab from you.
It's all I can think it's the cliche, the Japanese cliche of the delinquent squatting right out in front of the convenience store. Except it's just a bunch of really opulently dressed people in nice suits.
These are my subjects, so I actually I try to be extra kind to civilians and not antagonize them. I think, if I remember correctly.
That's something actually I do in my run too. Is I'm not going to needlessly murder any prostitutes this time.
Yeah, that didn't happen on mine.
Yeah, the key word here is needlessly. Precisely what you decide need amounts to is yet to be seen.
So I think.
Wow, I feel judged.
I mean, all I'm saying is that you said. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. No, Chip, this is my apple.
Get your own apple dog.
I mean, I do have a habit of splitting apples with him. So
my dog loves apples.
Yeah, no, it was actually weird. When I was training him, I couldn't find a treat that he was actually interested in. Went to everything from liver snacks to spicy whatever. Tried everything. The only thing that got him to sit down and take notice: apples.
I think I was looking around, like, showing you can follow, like, the blood trail over behind the desk, and then over like the railing.
Doing some crime scene investigation.
You're Gil Grissom.
Gus Grissom.
Only, you know, not male or deaf.
I don't think that was the best analogy.
It's like, who's investigating this up here? I'm the officer in charge. I'm the detective.
Yeah, he was like, "What's that noise?"
Wow, this
and he just
frickin'
went out
guy.
the back door. So
he knows what's up. He's like, "What's that noise?" Runs out, just leaves, abandons,
I would.
hops on board a ship.
something's going on. Goodbye.
Ichabod Boyle.
Hi, friend.
I never found that guy
Victim
who
of the
ran
crime
away. I
killer
don't think.
just days ago in Dunwall.
I actually never noticed the whole thingy down there.
Yeah, it seems like the.
I mean, I
glass
kind of
stuff.
expected him to be disemboweled or something, but no.
Stopping to pee next to the. God damn it! Of course you stopped to pee. Everybody pees on walls in this damn city.
Money.
It's a looting montage. I love this.
Going for a montage.
Ching, 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 ching. Cash registers.
I can only imagine how nightmarish it is trying to get coins out of a cash register on consoles. It's like
can't get the coin. Can't get the coin.
Patience has been lost. This is.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Emily just gets into these. Hey! I wish that had knocked him unconscious.
No.
That would have been beautiful.
He's wearing a helmet. I'm
We must
afraid.
acquire. We need the right. We need the
God,
right fish.
no.
There we go.
I can't take it staring into my soul.
He's judging you. Honestly, like the best part about the Dunwall fish is they kind of just remind me of like eels instead. It's like. He's like, I know you're up there, Emily, for fucking around. There's only one person who sits on top of banisters throwing fish at
Doesn't
people.
even care. It gets better when I get the far reach and pull, because then I can throw the same fish head multiple times.
Just pick it back up again. Try again.
Let me just try that again. Come on back.
I'm just like, I would see if I can break this with glass. Nope. This sucks. Also,
It was a fair science experiment.
Painting up there a painting of like a dead like ghost
It's
zombie
like an owl,
person
I
or
think.
something?
It looked like a monkey.
Oh,
It
that's
looked like
right.
a
It's
monkey to me,
it's
but it wasn't.
it's that. Well, it's something disturbing anyway. It just looked really weird.
It's just on the console.
It's really
you
sad
get-
because I think we talked about it in my run, but it's just like I don't remember anything that happens ever.
Ever.
A life spent sniffing paint.
Hey, you used the same guy to break your fall.
Everybody's
Another
getting choked.
montage.
Oh my
Oh
lord.
man. Okay, well not everybody's getting choked.
It's kind of like a 9 in 10
That
people.
guy gave me shit,
rendered
actually, so
unconscious.
that's why he got killed.
Okay.
Yay!
I see what's going on here. Oops. Well, that's one person drowned.
Wait.
I know what you're trying to
Oh, that
do.
dude was already dead.
I'm trying to. I'm giving him a chance to be the
You just
hero.
really want to throw this guy in the water, don't you?
I'm just entertained by the fact that he's picking
for you.
up bricks out of
Dub-a-dub-a-dub.
nowhere, throwing him at me, and then I'm like, what can I throw at him?
Down the stairs.
Oh my god.
Alright.
This frickin' guy.
Now back to a nice, calm tavern.
Nothing-
Looting the place down.
Nothing is wrong.
Whiskeys,
Everything is
cigars, crowd killers.
So then I was looking at the
The beer
decks
is
of
fine,
cards.
the
So
cars are
there's
fine, everything's
guns
fine
and
here.
skulls.
Ah, that man has a 7 of swords. Very powerful card.
And I don't know what the I don't know what the fourth suit is, because I couldn't. That's like the only cards textures I think in the whole game.
It's a very easy game to play.
3 suits.
I wasn't paying
Oh.
attention because
You didn't
I
miss
got distracted.
See, I've never noticed that oven before. Now I'm kind of sad because I really want to see what happens when you try and stuff
You
a gun into
can't. They just bounce off. Most of
God.
the containers they just bounce
it.
off.
Because you've tried.
The fact that she had a ready answer for this is incredible.
Money?
Of course.
Well, thanks for the free money, tavern guy.
So he doesn't
All right,
like
the
it.
economy's going.
He doesn't like it
going
when
to
you
hell.
go behind the counter. But he doesn't care.
Yeah, but it's like, who's he gonna run to now? He's gonna walk out there and just go, oh no, everyone's unconscious.
He hasn't seen me though, so.
And or dead.
Yeah. No,
And all the
really paying
bars have this
attention.
recipe for gin drink on it, just so all the customers know.
Nutmeg or whatever. I should Google that to see what comes up. I don't typically drink gin, so the recipe doesn't
I
strike
think
me
it
as
was like
immediately
gin,
obvious.
sugar, and lime or something. So I'm not behind the counter.
Yeah,
He can't get mad at me.
That's your story, and you're sticking to that
He
one.
didn't not see me do it, so.
It's a Dunwall rule. When the Empress perches on a counter, you are to pretend that she's not doing it.
The Empress is part cats. It's impolite to mention.
It's like
it.
the safest way to stay out of trouble.
Acknowledging anything the Empress does while she's perched up on the counter is punishable by being flogged.
That's what I'm saying. We need
By the Empress
especially if
on a
you-
bench, no one else is to pay attention, and you're not allowed to like scream out in pain.
Especially if there's an oven nearby that she can stuff you into.
Disturbingly kinky.
Pass along whatever we score.
This is getting very specific.
So these guys are kind of setting up the whole like market shops, the black market thing that you run into in Sukonos. And you get a couple of Hatter's Gang guys. I miss those little silly buggers.
They're incredibly adorable bowler hats.
Well, you know, when your gang's hideout is a place that makes haberdashery, you might as well just
I mean,
go
when you're
all in.
I mean, I miss the Bottle Street Gang, but
Oh come
his
on!
hat protected him. He's not wearing a hat on his mouth, so.
I was about to bid.
Oh no!
Bro.
Oh no!
Damn!
Hey, it probably would have been like, you know,
I'll just-
a lot more sinister if any part of
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
And
inside of it.
every
fun
dude
with-
in the audience just
Fun with
crossed their
unconscious
legs
people.
in tandem.
Are you just gonna drown him?
No, she's waterboarding him.
Fine.
Tell me, who else was in on the coup?
He's fine.
Oh,
He's
God!
already dead. He's the one that stabbed in the throat.
He's already dead, so Jessica
Oh,
Pretty sure he was
goddamn.
also already dead.
Jesus
I
Christ!
thought it was still chaos.
This guy's alive.
Not for much longer.
I think I'm.
Oh,
I
you
think I'm
underestimated.
just going to take.
Slightly to the left.
I'm just gonna take one of. Oh my god. I'm gonna take one of Orv's lines here. You might be low chaos, but you're not a nice person.
Thank you.
Oh, this has been fantastic. I've been not ready for any moment. Like, what's been going on here?
I think I'm gonna have to brand this one the low chaos, high insanity run because
No chaos, big jerk.
damn.
Are you gonna try
Listen,
and sneak in?
Emily had a damaged childhood.
You did it.
You can't get through that without
did what I could not.
scars. Get the copper. Give me that.
Well, she's a bit short-handed.
No, I
these
did
days.
try and sneak in, I think, but everything's all locked
Swear to
up.
God, Robokai.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty
I
bad.
just got that.
Did she?
Took me a little bit.
You
But I got there in the end.
Did Megan just try? Did Megan just try to scratch her nose with her arm that's missing? By the way, we saw the motion from behind.
Phantom limb syndrome is no fucking joke. I will assure you, mock it.
It's a real thing. I just.
My name's Megan Foster.
He's like, oh man, did it again. I'm glad no one was there to see it. Turns around, there's like the Empress,
Damn it.
and she's just like, really?
South. And I came to warn you. I know, Anton. But
So I think my aim for low chaos Emily is to be high assault low chaos.
Massacred everyone in the throne.
Like, I'll stealth around, but it's only so I can maximize the
There was
impact.
nothing to do but run. Sometimes that's all you can do. This is my ship, the Dreadful
I mean, it's like,
We
this
can
is
head out as soon as you're
beautiful.
ready.
I need
Absolutely
to get to Karnaca
gorgeous.
where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Shall we go?
Emma.
Yes.
Let's
I'm
rumble.
ready.
Adventure!
I only killed
Yep.
Lethality didn't kill anyone.
Sometimes the kills didn't
Oh,
count against
man.
me, surprisingly.
That shocks me.
And damn, you got like so many of
I
those,
know.
so many of that money.
I toned it down.
You're gonna be like the richest empress.
Jeez Louise. Like, I feel bad because like I try to make a point of going through and